tonight, and bad traffic. So I'm glad to see a lot of new faces and people that actually been here before. My name is Johan Borch. I'm actually the organizer for the meetup, little meetup groups that I have. We have people online watching, you guys here watching. I'm one of the co-owners of Business Building Academy, and tonight we're going to have a presentation with Flynn, and she's going to take over right now. Please give her a hand.
So good evening, everybody.
Good evening. Hi.
My name is Flynn Nogueira, and I tell people I don't care what you call me as long as it's not Noriega. Because that it's not. If it were, I'd be in Panama somewhere, I think. So, we're going to talk about be who you are and be successful, okay? And the way I love to do this is, it just works better for all of us if you ask me questions as we go along, okay? Because you all have a lot of expertise and information, and every question is a great question, and it always makes me think about other things I could talk about, but I forget because I have so much going on in my head all the time about where you are and what we need to do next. So your questions are like a great way to make it better for all of us. Does that work? So as you have questions, will you ask? Yes? How many of you are die-hard entrepreneurs? Couldn't work for somebody if they paid you? Yes! How many of you are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur? Good. We will not scare you away tonight, right? How many of you have been entrepreneurs for 5 years? 10. 15. 20? Good. How about 20? Maybe a little longer? I always say, so Del Fuego, let me just say a little bit about Del Fuego, okay? Del Fuego is two people, myself and my partner Sarah. Del Fuego, you know what Del Fuego means?
Fire.
Fire. So we are, in addition to being pyros, we are also all about lighting the fire for you and your business. Okay? People say to us, we work with entrepreneurs, which is really what we love to do, and we have a corporate side to our business too. So when we go and work with large corporations, people say, you're really small. Because we compete with big companies. You're really small. We are really small. I mean, you are really small. Yes, we are really small. And Sarah and I say that Del Fuego has just got to work because now we're too old for anyone to hire us. So this has to work. So what I want to do is visit with you about how can we be who we are and be successful. This topic is so important to us that we have developed actually a whole system and product around it that Sarah and I have done. What I want to visit with you about is 4 things. I want to look at how do you know if you're a good match for your business? What happens if you're not? What's the difference between subjective judgment and objective measurement? What are the 3 questions any entrepreneur really should ask, especially when you're just beginning to assess a business opportunity, and really as a good sort of refresher when you're into your business? And then what are some actual traits or attributes that Del Fuego has seen in successful entrepreneurs? Does that work for you? And if there's something else, that you really want me to talk about, if there's any way I can talk about it, I will. Okay, if I can't, I'll just say, I have no idea. But if there are other things that you'd like me to mention that have to do with that, I'm happy to do that. When Sarah, this is a little background now about how we get into this. When Sarah and I started Del Fuego about 7 years ago, one of our commitments, because we're both diehard entrepreneurs. I did a stint in a corporation for about 10 years and realized that I was much better as an entrepreneur. When we started Del Fuego, one of the commitments that we had was really to figure out how to help entrepreneurs be successful with who they were. Because so many times what happens is we get into a business and all of a sudden we realize we're not a good fit or a good match. So as I ask you a question, I just want you to think about it. So the first question I have is, are you a good match now for your business? And if you're not a good match, what can you do about it? What does it feel like when we're not a good match? This is your turn now. What does it feel like when you're lost? Lost. You said that's great. Lost. What else? Ineffective. Frustrated.
They don't want to go to work anymore.
It's like having to psych yourself up to go, right? As opposed to, I can't wait to get there, right? And we've all been there, right? Whether it's the business we're in now or a job we had at some point, it's like wearing clothes that are too tight or too big, they don't fit, and we don't want anyone to see us. You know, it's like we don't want to be seen. Subjective judgment. So what we have done is say, let's put a little bit of objective measurement in there. Let's figure out a way to really measure who you are that's totally objective, okay? So you can get almost like a new perspective on who you are. So what we did was pretty creative, I thought. We took the online assessment tool that we use in our corporate trainings when we work with corporations for hiring and coaching, and we actually customized it for entrepreneurs. And we work with many entrepreneurs. We work with entrepreneurs all over the world. We work with many entrepreneurs to identify what is an entrepreneurial benchmark. So what are the traits that successful entrepreneurs